Now, this may sound kind of meh, but smell is a huge part of this hobby. You walk outside and there's smoke in the air, someone's barbecue is going, and suddenly you're hungry, even if you've eaten like 5 minutes ago. But what is it about the smell of barbecue that gets to us? Let's talk about that, eh? When it comes to Lomond Stove barbecue, smell is throughout the whole process, from start to finish. From trimming up the meat, rubs and spices being used, the charcoal, the wood, obviously the smoke, the meat being cooked. There's so much to do with it. So for me, smell is really important. It triggers something in the brain. Sometimes it can take you back to a particular moment that you had no idea about. It's crazy how that works. For me, the main thing that really sets off the whole thing and really sets the tone is the charcoal. Now, when you fill that chimney full of charcoal and you give it a light, it's not a bad smell, but it's not a great smell either. But that always takes me right back to the first time I ever did this, many, many years ago. And that's so crazy. It's like an olfactory sense that just, you don't choose what this is going to remind you of. You don't decide, oh yeah, this is going to remind me of that. It just does. And it just happens. I think another one is when you start real early cook at like 4 or 5 a.m. and you go outside and there's that morning dew smell. Sometimes you just go outside and there's just that little nip in the air and dew on the grass, and that kind of gives off a bit of a kick as well. Most of the time I'm not actually doing that. I don't get up at 4 a.m. anymore. I figure out a way to do it so I can still sleep and I don't have to wake up so bloody early. But that's something to consider. Starts the process, you know. I think another one, not just Lomond Stove, I'm talking barbecue in general. You're outside doing your thing and you can instantly smell that someone's turned on their barbecue and they're cooking up dinner. You're like, ooh, what have they got on? And you try and figure, have you ever done that? Like you try and figure out what your neighbour's cooking? Someone down the road and you're like, oh, this smells like steak. Nah. Oh, no, that's pork. I've done that. And then you try and figure out like what kind of marinade they're using. Like, oh, that smells kind of sweet. Oh, that smells like brown sugar and It happens a lot. I mean, especially in summer. Everyone cooks outside in summer. You don't want to be inside a hot house. You get outside in the shade, cold brew in the hand. That's something great. I mean, that's what led me to find a barbecue joint in Pakuranga. I was just literally following my nose. I had no idea this place existed. Never seen it online. I could just smell smoke. I'm like, oh yes, someone's cooking something up. And something told me to follow it. So I did. And I just thought, oh, it's getting stronger down this side street. Yeah, okay. Oh, here it is. And all I wanted to do was just see the smoke coming out and just know that somebody around there was doing a cook. But then I found this restaurant. And I bought me a feed and I took it back to my work site. So you get to understand and you get to know what smells to look for and what really triggers you. Everyone's got different things. But obviously the big one is the wood smoke. That's why we do this. And different wood gives off different smoke as well. Oak, oh man, I can smell oak a mile away. That's a very welcoming, very smooth, mild kind of smoke. Pohurikawa, that's a very strong. I wouldn't say it's not welcoming because all smoke for me is welcoming. unless house is burning down, then that's stay away. Um, but it's a lot stronger, and you can definitely tell that it's more bold, I guess you could say, like a Pahutakawa is. Pahutakawa is very tall, strong, bold, and the smoke that the wood gives off, very much the same. And then you get the dirty smoke, like you can tell when like your neighbors just chopped down a tree and they're burning like leaves and all this kind of stuff. There's that kind of green smoke. Oh, nah. Keep that, shut all the doors. I don't want that anywhere near me. But if you've got a nice warm log that you've just put on the fire and that smoke is coming into the house, oh, open up all the doors. Or just open one door, let a bit of that smoke in, and it just stays there. Beautiful. Now there was a time, it was my father-in-law's birthday, and what he wanted us to do was all of us guys to come round in the family, all of us come round and do a smoke up. We all cook on our smokers. Each of us would cook a protein, and we'd serve that up for lunch for the whole family, and that was awesome. Not only did we all gather in one place with our smokers and, we put our meat on, we'd just sit back, chill, have a chat. Not just about what we're cooking, because we all knew what we were doing, and just chilling. But the different smell from each barbecue was amazing. I was doing beef, the father-in-law was doing pork ribs, I think. Somebody else was doing lamb. And just everybody was using different wood, different meat, different rubs, and it was just a combination of it all of it together. It was amazing. I can't even describe how it made me feel, but I guess the best way would be calm and just chill and accepted into this family. It just felt welcoming, I guess you could say. There's all different kinds of barbecue smells. When you start from the very beginning, trimming up your meat, the rubs and the spices and everything you use for that, lighting up the charcoal, the first log of wood on the fire, the meat cooking. Oh, mate. Okay, that's got to be number one as well. That's a close one with the smoke, because eventually the smoke sometimes just becomes too much. The initial smoke in the first, I'd say, for me, the first hour or two is great, but after a while it just fades away. But the smell of the meat cooking, whenever I go on to spritz it, I just get a little whiff, get a little look. Yep, colour's changing, and that smell is just getting better. It's the fat slowly rendering, making that meat so much more tender. Oh shit, I'm making myself hungry. Oh, like literally I've just eaten like 10 minutes ago. And that's what it does. Just the thought of it and remembering these smells. That's how the smell changes as the cook progresses. Is that the meat is becoming tender, the fat is rendering, and it's just becoming exactly what you want. Barbecue has always been a big staple in Aotearoa. But hey, you got to give a nod to the classic Kiwi barbecue smell. We're not just talking about low and slow. I'm talking about your gas bottle, turn it on, fire it up, and you chuck some meat on there. Because that can also take you back to other things like just summer events, Christmas, New Year's. You can get a whiff of something. Somebody cooking. I could cook something up right now. They could smell exactly what we were cooking on Christmas or New Year's last year, and that'll take me back to that time, to that event. Isn't that crazy? It's like an old factory sense. Can take you back to moments you never even thought about, that you haven't thought about in years, but somehow your brain remembers. Not even talking about food here, just the smell of a fire burning, a campfire burning, takes me back to when I was a young kid. I'd go to a camp down in Ngāwahia, and we would have campfires, and we'd toast a marshmallow or whatever, the classic thing, and then we'd all just be singing songs around the fire, and the smell of burning wood and hearing the crackle of the fire. Not always, but sometimes it takes me right back to there, to my childhood, when everything was just more simple, and yeah. There was one time where everybody had basically walked away, gone back to their cabins, and I just sat there, looking at the fire, smelling the smoke, hearing the crackle. And you know what? Maybe that's where my love for low and slow cooking started. From just enjoying seeing the fire, smelling the smoke, all those kind of things just combined. Sometimes when I'm cooking something up, I get that smell and that triggers in my brain once again back to that time when I was a kid. And that's crazy. I love that. Family barbecues are a staple, man. That's classic. And for others, it can take you back to rugby games or sports events. On a Saturday, you go to a rugby game, you play, your parents watching you, then everybody gathers at the rugby club for a barbecue feed, just sausages and bread and maybe a couple of steaks. And those smells can kind of take you back to then as well, to just a much more simpler time. And you can often smell a Kiwi barbecue way before you can see it. I mean, obviously, the smell travels. It just travels, that smoke. Someone could be cooking something up maybe 3 streets away from me, and the wind is blowing in the perfect direction. It comes right down to my backyard while I'm mowing the lawns, and amazing. Not to go too far off topic, but smell versus taste they go hand in hand. And how much of what we enjoy about barbecue actually starts with the smell. And that all links up like that. Does food taste different when you can't smell it? And you can actually smell everything from the oil to the fat just melting on the barbecue itself. And then you get given it, does it make it better? I think it does. I think it makes it so much better when you can actually see it and smell it before you get it. It's all part of the experience. And why does opening the smoker make you hungry? I mean, obviously it's seeing it hour by hour. Actually, I think, so the smell of the charcoal first being lit, that's not actually my favourite smell. That's the one that triggers a memory for me when I first started smoking. But for me, my favourite smell is actually, smoke, obviously, that's got to be up there. I love the smell of the first bit of smoke through the cook chamber, up the chimney. But a very, very close second, waking up in the morning to the smell of brisket almost done. So when I do my brisket, smoke it, all done, in the oven, I go to bed. Waking up in the morning to go and check on my brisket and the whole house smells of cooked brisket. Shit. I can't choose between the first smoker and the smell of brisket in the morning. Oh, shit. That's a tough one. Those two win. Tired. And then you get changed out of your clothes. You go, everyone's done. You've had your feed. Cook's done. Everyone's happy. Everyone's full pukus. Everyone leaves. You go and get changed, and you can still smell the smoke on your clothes. Oh, I mean, I hate it because it could be like, hey, I was going to wear this out. Shit, now I've got to wash it. Can't go out smelling like this. But that kind of takes you back as well. Bit of that smell on the clothes means you've done good work. That's kind of like a little trophy. A bad smelling trophy sometimes, you gotta wash all your clothes. And in your hair, I recently shaved my hair off, went down to like number 3, number 2 on top. But my hair used to get a lot of that smell as well. But no, you gotta wash that out. Can't have that all day. Meat is obviously important, but the smell is part of the experience. And everyone's got different experiences and different smells that may trigger an olfactory sense from years back or to a good memory. Usually to a good memory, I hope. And if you associate that smell with a good memory, that makes you want to do it more. Because every time you do it, you're instantly being reminded. Like, I can remember the first time I lit up the charcoal chimney, but when I actually do it, and I get that whiff of charcoal heating up, the deep sense of memory just explodes. Maybe one of the reasons we love barbecue so much is that you don't have to eat it to enjoy it. Sometimes just smelling the smoke coming out of the smoker is enough to get excited. But hey, let me know if I've missed something out here. Is there something about low and slow, a smell in particular, that gets you every time and takes you back to a memory or to a good time? Next time you fire up your smoker, pay attention to the smells. You might be pleasantly surprised. The fire, the smoke, the meat, the wood. Because sometimes the best part of the cook starts long before you ever take that first bite. Side note before I sign off today, big shout outs to the boys at Cook Cartel. They have taken out the first spot to represent New Zealand at the World Barbecue Competition in Las Vegas, April next year. You'll make us proud. I know. We all got your back. Go hard, boys. Go hard. Show them what we got. Just talking about the smells is actually making me salivate. I'm actually getting hungry. Shit. I'm going to have to go sort this out and cook something up. So remember, keep it low, keep it slow. Catch ya.